What makes someone extraordinary? Is it the awards lining their shelves? The decades of acclaim? Or is it something quieter? Something that happens when nobody's watching, when the cameras are off, when all that's left is the raw truth of who we are. Meryl Streep's name is synonymous with excellence. 21 Academy Award nominations, 3 Oscar wins, a career spanning 5 decades that shows no signs of slowing. At 72, she remains one of cinema's most compelling forces. But numbers tell only part of any story. Behind the accolades and the red carpets lies a chapter that shaped everything, a season of darkness that could have consumed her completely. Instead, it became the crucible that forged not just a legendary actress, but a woman of extraordinary depth. This is the story of how Meryl Streep learned what love truly costs, and what it means to keep living when everything inside you wants to stop. Picture New York City in the mid-1970s. The theater district pulses with raw, electric creativity. Among the aspiring artists is a 27-year-old woman with blonde hair and boundless ambition. She's talented, certainly, but still finding her way. Then she meets him. John Cazale doesn't fit the Hollywood mold. 14 years her senior, he possesses an unconventional face and an enigmatic presence that directors find magnetic. Sidney Lumet, who worked with him, would later describe an almost mystical quality, a profound melancholy that permeates every frame he inhabits. By the time Meryl encounters him at the New York Shakespeare Festival, Cazale has already achieved what most actors only dream of. Every single film he's appeared in has received a Best Picture nomination. 5 films, 5 nominations, 3 wins. He's Fredo Corleone in the Godfather saga, a character so achingly vulnerable that audiences can't look away. They're paired in a production, and something ignites immediately. She sees past the unusual features to something deeper, a compassion, an intellectual hunger, a specificity of spirit that captivates her completely. For his part, Cazale is equally mesmerized by this young actress who radiates intelligence and determination. Their courtship unfolds against the backdrop of struggling artists making it work. Cazale takes her to small Italian restaurants where owners, starstruck by Fredo himself, insist the meal is complimentary. They move into his loft in Tribeca, creating a partnership that becomes the talk of their theater community. For a brief, shining moment, everything seems possible. The body knows before the mind accepts. Cazale begins missing performances, unprecedented for someone so dedicated to his craft. The fatigue deepens, the concern grows. Then comes the appointment that splits time into before and after. He gets the diagnosis from his doctor. Terminal lung cancer. Advanced. Aggressive. Spread throughout his body like a wildfire that cannot be contained. Imagine that moment. The fluorescent lights, the clinical language, the future you'd imagined evaporating in seconds. Most people would crumble. Most would weep. Most would rage against the cosmic injustice of it all. Meryl Streep looks at the man she loves, sees his silence, and makes a choice that will define her character for decades to come. She lifts her head and asks a simple question. So, where should we go to dinner? It's not denial. It's something far more powerful. It's a refusal to let death claim him before his time. If they have today, they'll live today. If they have tomorrow, they'll fight for tomorrow. Here's what most people don't understand about caregiving. It requires a performance more demanding than any stage or screen role. You must project strength while your heart is shattering. You must radiate hope while staring into an abyss. You must keep moving when every fiber of your being wants to collapse. Meryl becomes a master of this terrible art. She continues starring in her musical production. Her castmates notice nothing, no trace of the anguish she carries. Christopher Lloyd would later marvel at her approach, describing it as a kind of fierce tenderness. She doesn't allow Cazale to retreat into his illness. She keeps him engaged, present, fighting. Meanwhile, the medical bills mount: radiation treatments, specialist appointments, experimental therapies. Hope doesn't come cheap, and neither does love. Al Pacino accompanies Cazale to treatments, sitting in waiting rooms, willing his friend to survive. One afternoon, after lunch with Cazale's brother Stephen, John stops on the sidewalk and coughs up blood, a stark reminder that some battles can't be won through willpower alone. Still, Cazale insists he'll recover. And when an opportunity emerges for him to return to work, Streep makes a calculated sacrifice that speaks volumes about her priorities. The role is terrible. Everything Meryl Streep despises. The character is passive, quiet, perpetually vulnerable. Essentially a man's view of a woman, she would later say with characteristic bluntness. It's the antithesis of everything she believes about complex, fully realized female characters. She takes it anyway. The reason? The film is The Deer Hunter, and they want Cazale. But there's a problem. The production company balks at ensuring a terminally ill actor. The costs are astronomical. The risk is unacceptable. They demand his removal or they'll shut down the entire production. Director Michael Cimino fights back, spending hours on phone calls, battling the executives. According to Streep's later account, Robert DeNiro secretly covers Cazale's insurance costs, though DeNiro himself has never confirmed this, saying only, "I wanted him to be in it." So Meryl takes the part she loathes to stay close to the man she loves. It's a choice between career advancement and human connection. She chooses connection without hesitation. Then comes an even harder choice: a lead role in the miniseries Holocaust, filmed in Austria. The money is substantial, enough to help with mounting medical expenses. But Cazale is too weak to travel. She's caught in an impossible bind. Stay with him and watch the bills pile up, or leave to earn money that might buy him more time. How do you choose between presence and survival? Austria is grim. They're filming at an actual concentration camp, a location that would disturb anyone, but becomes almost unbearable given Meryl's emotional state. She's told the shoot will last a certain amount of time. It stretches to 2.5 months. Each additional day feels like a betrayal of where she truly needs to be. Back home, Cazale deteriorates. She's missing moments she'll never get back, watching someone she loves slip away through the inadequate medium of phone calls and letters. The guilt is crushing. The helplessness is absolute. When she finally returns to New York, the sight of him breaks her heart anew. He's worse. Visibly, undeniably worse. The cancer has continued its relentless advance, spreading to his bones, draining his strength day by day. Meryl makes a decision. She takes 5 months off work. 5 months to disappear from public life and simply be with him. They retreat into what she would later call their cocoon, a private world where love matters more than career, where time together becomes the only currency that counts. For 5 months, the outside world ceases to exist. Meryl accompanies John to every appointment, every radiation session, every consultation where doctors speak in carefully measured tones about managing expectations and quality of life. She never, not once, allows her hope to falter in front of him. Biographer Michael Schulman would later observe that she applied her entire spirit, all that formidable will and strength, to the singular task of caring for him. Some observers find her devotion extreme, even unhealthy. Others recognize it as the purest expression of love, absolute selflessness in the face of inevitable loss. Behind the brave face, she's fragmenting. In a letter to her old Yale drama teacher, she confesses the truth. The constant worry, the exhausting pretense of cheerfulness, the emotional toll that exceeds anything her professional work has ever demanded. In early March 1978, Cazale enters a care facility. Meryl moves in with him, refusing to leave his side even as the end approaches. That same year, the year she loses John, she wins an Emmy for Holocaust. She receives an Oscar nomination for The Deer Hunter. She lands the career-defining role in Kramer vs. Kramer, which will earn her an Academy Award. She stars in Shakespeare in the Park's The Taming of the Shrew. By any external measure, she's soaring, but internally, she's been fundamentally altered. The woman who emerges from this crucible is not the same person who entered it. Grief has added layers of depth, understanding, and emotional complexity that will inform every performance for decades to come. Al Pacino, reflecting on this period, would say something remarkable. "When I saw that girl there with him like that, I thought, there's nothing like that. I mean, that's it for me. As great as she is in her work, that's what I think of when I think of her." For all her later achievements, those 21 nominations, those legendary performances, what her peers remember most is her capacity to love completely, even when it cost her everything. Months after John's death, Meryl faces another painful task. She's evicted from the apartment they shared. All those memories, all those belongings, they need to be packed up and moved out. She calls her brother for help. He brings along a friend, a sculptor named Don Gummer. As it happens, Gummer is about to leave for an extended stay in Pakistan. He offers Meryl his apartment as a temporary solution. She accepts, grateful for the breathing room. They begin corresponding through letters, simple at first, then deeper, more personal. Then a motorcycle accident cuts Gummer's trip short, bringing him back to New York sooner than planned. He returns to find Meryl still subletting his space. And somewhere in the intersection of circumstance and genuine connection, something new begins to grow. It's been just 6 months since Cazale died. Many people would judge the timeline as too fast, too soon. Even Meryl's own mother struggles with it. But Meryl understands something crucial. Moving forward doesn't mean forgetting. Loving again doesn't diminish what came before. In September 1978, she and Don Gummer marry. The wedding raises eyebrows throughout Hollywood and strains relationships with family members who don't understand the rush. But Meryl has learned a hard lesson about time. We don't know how much we have, and waiting for perfect timing means potentially waiting forever. 4 decades later, Meryl and Don remained together, a rarity in Hollywood where marriages often measure their lifespans in months rather than years. They've built a life deliberately removed from the spotlight. In 1985, they moved to a secluded Connecticut estate, creating space for normalcy amid extraordinary fame. 4 children later, they've maintained an almost impossibly low profile for a couple, including one of the world's most recognizable actresses. In the rare moments when Meryl discusses her private life, certain themes emerge consistently. Equality forms the foundation of their relationship. Don has never competed with her success or tried to eclipse the memory of her first love. Instead, he's been steadfastly supportive, attending premieres, showing up at award ceremonies, and most importantly, caring for their children so she could continue working. "I couldn't even dream of being a mother and making movies without Don," Meryl once said. It's a simple statement that reveals profound partnership. 2 people building a life where both can flourish. In 2012, accepting the Best Actress Oscar for The Iron Lady, Meryl took a rare public moment to acknowledge just how central Gummer has been to every aspect of her life. Not just as support staff, but as equal partner in creating something that endures. So, what do we learn from Meryl Streep's story? What does her journey teach us about loss, love, and resilience? Perhaps this: grief and growth are not opposites. They can coexist. They must coexist. The depth of our sorrow reflects the depth of our love, and that same capacity for profound feeling can open us to profound joy again. Meryl didn't forget John Cazale. She carries him still, in the compassion that infuses her work, in the understanding of human fragility that makes her performances so achingly real, in the knowledge that life is precious precisely because it's finite. But she also didn't let his death become her ending. She chose to keep living fully, to risk loving again, to build something new without dismantling what came before. This is the real measure of her greatness. Not the nominations or the awards, but the courage to remain open after experiencing devastating loss. The willingness to show up day after day, even when the weight of grief makes everything harder. In the end, Meryl Streep's legacy isn't just about being a phenomenal actress, though she undeniably is. It's about being fully human, capable of profound sorrow and equally profound joy, able to hold space for both the love we've lost and the love we've found. Unfortunately, Meryl Streep and Don Gummer separated over 6 years ago, choosing to live lives apart despite their 45-year marriage, with reports suggesting the romance's spark fizzled and different interests emerged as their children grew, though they remain amicable to this day and share history and grandchildren. She shows us that moving forward doesn't require forgetting. It requires remembering well, honoring what was while embracing what might be. And perhaps that's the most powerful performance of all: the courage to keep going, to keep feeling, to keep loving, even when you know firsthand how much it can cost. That's not just artistry. That's wisdom, strength, and grace. That's Meryl Streep. Icon, yes, but more importantly, a testament to her resilient human spirit. If you enjoyed the video, please help our channel grow and like and subscribe. We hope to see you again soon.